Peter Eliades with you. This is Stock Market Cycles update through the action of Monday, December 30th, going online New Year's Day, January 1st, 2020. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's hope this is a very healthy, prosperous New Year for all of us. And God bless you all, and thank you for watching these updates. We're getting closer and closer to having our software ready. I had a talk with Stefan Sherman from Switzerland, actually not in Switzerland anymore, but we'll talk about that at another time. Stefan is ready to go full speed now on our software. We're hoping within the next 4 to 6 weeks, by the end of February, maybe at the latest, to have this software available for all of you out there. So that's our introduction. Again, Happy New Year. This is a chart we showed you after the market close the other day. And it was after the close on Monday, but before Tuesday's market action. And this is what happened on Tuesday. We saw what appeared to be a price projection down to this level here. But then on Tuesday, we came back above one of the offset lines. That calls it into question. Does not completely invalidate this downside. That doesn't happen until you get above both projection lines, but it calls it into question. So we're not going to pay too much attention to that projection right now. We're going to show you some shorter term intraday stuff, though. And the first thing we're going to look at is our 65-minute cash projections. And let's first look at this chart right here. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and this is the rally that took place late on Tuesday. And you can see that rally came right into this immediate projection zone. So from that chart alone, you can make an argument that that little short-term upside rally is over. But here's what you have to watch. You have to look at the next longer projection offset and see where we are. And this is where we closed, right here at 28,538.44 on the DJIA. And if we move that over one bar, that would take it right here. So you can see that unless we start down immediately on tomorrow's market action, that's January 2nd of 2020, that we're likely to get an even higher projection right here. We don't know that yet, although as you can see from the prices that are crawling above us here, there is a pretty good rally going on overnight in terms of the stock index futures in the Globex market. The S&Ps are up 6.50, the Russell 2000 futures are up 5.10. So it would have seemed now as if we're going to get back above these lines again and perhaps generate some further upside projections. So that's something we'll be able to tell you at the end of tomorrow's market action. Let's take a look at the next longer chart. On the we're of course looking at the DJIA now. And the reason we're showing you this chart is to show you how nicely prices moved into this downside projection on the move that we saw from the recent all-time highs. So it's a big projection box because look at the difference between where prices cross below the offsets. There was a cross below the initial offset here, but the second one did not take place until way down here. And so that ends up giving us a big projection box. But we came right into that projection box, settled down for a few periods, and then started up again. So this was a good projection here to the downside. Let's take a look at one more of these charts. This is the next longer one. And notice that this high that we hit a couple of days ago came right into this projection window, carried across to here, just the tiniest bit above the upper offset projection here. So there are a lot of things going on projection-wise, and good reason for us to stay right on top of market action over the next couple of days. We'll look at one more of these 65-minute hourlies, and that'll be the S&P, SPX.X. That will show you how that also, well, we want to look at number 2 here. This one also reached right into the projection window, although on the S&P, the next longer offset, which is right here, shows that there is an initial upside projection. That has not been confirmed, however. This is where we closed on Tuesday, the day before the new year, and this is where we're going to open tomorrow, this bar right here. So we pretty easily will confirm this upside projection. And if it is confirmed, you can see it'll take us up towards the old all-time highs. So that's basically where we stand. There's no very clear picture, very short term right here. I have a note here to look at what else. Oh, the Globex projections, because that's what's happening overnight here. These Globex projections, we want to look at this chart right here, first of all. Notice how we have come into the Globex projection box right here. It's a pretty wide band, but we have entered it. And this market is trading right now as we're doing this update. So this will be something that bears watching also. So this is this projection chart. Now let's look at the next shorter one before it, not the longer one, and see that on this one, we have not generated higher projections. You would need to get above this area, which is around the 32.4234 level with tomorrow's early action. That would get us up to a projection higher than the recent all-time high. So these are the things that we're going to be watching. And keep in mind also, the one last chart we'll show you is this weekly chart with a channel. Remember, we pointed out how important we thought this channel was. Had 3 of the most important turns. The low way back here in February of 16, through the low in December of 17, or make that 18, and that paralleled off the high of January of 18. We came right up to that. This is not last week, but 2 weeks ago. And last week, or actually, I'm confusing my end of week with the New Year's Eve holiday. Where I have my cursor right now is last week, and this is this week's action, Monday and Tuesday. Now let's zoom in on that. I think we did this for you the other day and showed you where we are. This is where we closed, just below that upper parallel channel line. So is this going to be a 1 week break above and then move back down here and show this to be continuing resistance? We don't know. We do know, as I said, that the futures are trading right now at 16. That's the Russell is trading at 1675.60. The S&P futures at 32.37 and a quarter. Let's put that on this chart for you to give you perspective. 37 and a quarter would be just about on this bar here, right where the line is. The parallel channel is about 32.34 and a half. So it would take you slightly above that again. If we continue above this line, then that's going to be at least a short-term indication of bullishness. So that's where we stand. There are no great indications that we have on the very short term. If we do get some indications intraday, by the way, we will do intraday updates. And if you're interested in seeing those intraday updates, you must be a subscriber to find out when they go online. If you haven't subscribed yet, go to the bottom right of your screen, click on the little red banner. That'll subscribe you, and then click on the bell that comes up after that. That's a notification bell, and every time we put an update on, you'll be notified. In the meantime, this is going to be a very, very exciting year. We wish you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. We'll be here at least for a while longer, trying to guide you through the morass of the stock market up and down daily movements. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow.